and thanks for joining us for the news update. I'm Carol Kidu Jr. The New Ireland government passed its 2024 budget on Wednesday, December 20th, 2023, during the final assembly for 2023 under the theme Managing Under Challenging Times. The budget was handed down by Deputy Governor and Chairman of Natural Resources, Sammy Missen. The New Ireland provincial government budget estimates for 2024 is approximately 171 million kina compared to 211 million kina in 2023 budget estimates, a decrease of almost 40 million kina in the total revenue and expenditure estimates, which is a 19% decrease. The budget covers 7 sectors, including infrastructure, economy, education, health, community development, law and order, and the local level governments. Provincial Administrator Leo Mapmani presented a crucial 9 million kina cheque for the final phase of the Bali Ring Road Upgrade Project, funded through the Governor Sasindran Mutavel's Provincial Support Grant. Emphasizing the project's significance in addressing transportation needs, Mr. Mapmani highlighted its transformative role for Bali Island. In a Kimbe meeting, Mr. Mapmani urged contractor Pacific Development Contractors Managing Director David Holmes to uphold high project standards. Mr. Holmes targets completion by the 6th to 8th month of 2024, despite an expected wet season slowdown. This 9 million kina investment reflects a strategic move to boost connectivity, anticipating improved transportation for Bali Island.
And Mr. Holmes can attest to that. The difficulties and the challenges that the people have endured transporting their goods from the hinterlands of Bali down to the coast to be transported out of Bali to Kimbe. Bali Island, as we all know, the geographical nature of that island is unique. It is steep sloped. Am I right?
Correct.
So it is steep sloped. So it is very difficult to move produce.
The people living in the heart of Mount Koyari's Kagi village were gifted with a Lucas sawmill, over 500 solar kits and roofing iron sheets. These items were donated to the hinterland villages by Office of the Member for Hiri Koyari, Keith Iduhu. These supplies are vital for every villager living in the 19 villages scattered across Mount Koyari's rugged terrains. Beyond their simplicity, they symbolize the essential building blocks for genuine homes, aiming to cultivate a healthier and sustainable lifestyle for the people of Mount Koyari. In the midst of the Christmas spirit, Iduhu expressed that the wish was for these provisions to infuse the homes of Mount Koyari with joy, love, and a renewed sense of community. He said the support is a show of collaboration and community engagement. 32 Bougainvilleans, 22 men and 10 women are seizing employment opportunities in Australia through the Bougainville Labour Mobility Unit. This initiative, a collaboration between the autonomous Bougainville government, Papua New Guinea and Australia, aims to boost Bougainville's presence in the Pacific Australia Labour Mobility or PALM scheme. Deployed to Redley Citrus Farm in Queensland, this second cohort is set to contribute to Bougainville's economic development, with expectations of increased participation in 2024 due to high demand. In regional news, the Prime Ministers of Australia and New Zealand have discussed ways to boost cooperation between defence forces on either side of the Tasman during a meeting in Sydney.
Anthony Albanese and his New Zealand counterpart, Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, was really about showing the strong and long relationship between Australia and New Zealand. Before the meeting began, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said he was keen to show that New Zealand and Australia are not just friends but family, and Christopher Luxon said that he was committed to showing a stable and secure relationship in the Indo-Pacific region. AUKUS was a point of discussion, of course the pact to get nuclear-powered submarines, but race relations was also that was also the point of several questions in the press conference. Of course, Indigenous affairs has been a big issue in Australia this year with the referendum on a voice to Parliament. And also New Zealand's relationship with its Maori people has been in the spotlight recently because of, since Christopher Luxon came to power just weeks ago, he's disbanded the Maori health system. He was asked about that in the press conference. He said in his view separate health systems wasn't best practice. Take a listen to Prime Minister Anthony Albanese speaking about the ties between the country earlier.
Our common values that we have as nations mean that there are great opportunities for us to work together on closer economic ties, closer social ties, and working together in the international community to meet our common objectives.
Now, both the leaders were also keen to point out that this relationship will continue and Defence and Foreign Affairs ministers from both governments will meet soon.
Air New Guinea has resumed flights to Cairns Airport, Australia after a temporary suspension due to adverse weather conditions caused by Cyclone Jasper. The airline's flight PX98 departed from Port Moresby on Tuesday, bringing relief to passengers affected by disruptions. The decision to halt operations was prompted by continuous rain and flooding, resulting in the closure of Cairns Airport. Normal scheduled operations have now resumed, with Air New Guinea maintaining its commitment to daily flights, including 2 flights every Monday and Friday. In sports, the Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee General Secretary Alvita Rapila called it quits this week after delivering a successful participation at the Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands early this month. Rapila's leadership and commitment has left an indelible mark on the PNG OC, contributing significantly to the advancement of sports in Papua New Guinea and the Olympic movement. Rapila's tenure, including 13 years as Secretary-General, has been characterized by loyal, distinguished service, guidance and dedication to the promotion and development of sports in Papua New Guinea. Her contributions have been integral to the success of the PNGOC, and her legacy will continue to inspire those within the sporting community. Whilst bidding farewell to Rapila in her current role, the PNGOC announced the appointment of Desmond Kaviagu as the new Secretary-General, effective January 2024. This transition signifies both an end and a new beginning for the PNGOC. American Samoa, and Tonga all made a welcome return to the FIFA Coca-Cola World Ranking following a challenging period for the Polynesian nations. The recent 2023 Pacific Games in the Solomon Islands provided the stage as all OFC member associations other than New Zealand. For many of the participating nations, an increased level of FIFA funding via the Forward 3.0 program aided preparation for the tournament. Few places in the world face as many challenges as Pacific-based nations when it comes to playing regular international football. This is true for Polynesian countries based at the eastern end of the OFC's footprint, where limited travel options, considerable expense and sheer geographic remoteness present major obstacles. And that ends the Midday News. Join us at 6 for more.